Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Welcome to the Foul Pole to Foul Pole podcast, brought to you by Black Diamond Softball and Fitness, presented by the Till Valhalla Project, where heroes live on forever.
This episode of Foul Pole to Foul Pole is brought to you by Best Breathing LLC. Jared and his team at Best Breathing have been helping families and homeowners since 1999. They specialize in mold control, mold inspections, crawl space encapsulation, air testing and sampling, sump pumps, foundation drains, water removal, air duct cleaning, and a whole slew of other services. All their technicians and inspectors are certified through the SEMI Mold Institute, and all their work is backed by warranties with a first-class workmanship that is also guaranteed. With close to 25 years of experience, let Best Breathing protect you and your home. When it comes to your family and your home investment, you owe it to yourself to choose the best. Call Best Breathing today, 843-331-0678. That's 843-331-0678. Ask for Jared. Tell him Tyler sent you. Hey, what's going on? This is Tyler with Foul Pole to Foul Pole Daily. Today I want to get into profile sheets. Whether we're talking team profile sheets or individual player profile sheets, these things matter. Not just at showcases, not just at tournaments, but they matter at camps. So these players need to have these, and we need to talk about what information needs to be on there and what information you shouldn't put on them. Everybody's profile sheet looks a little bit different, depending on what style they like, depending on what information they want to highlight. But one thing is paramount. Make sure the information that is on there is pertinent, relevant, and legible. Okay? So this past weekend, I was at a tournament, and I didn't see a whole lot of team profile sheets out on display. So I'm thinking to myself, if I can't see them walk around the ball field between the dugouts, behind the backstop, then any potential coaches that are looking for them can't see them either. So number one, make sure you have them. Having something versus not having nothing at all is better. But once we have them in our hand and we're taking a look at them, we need to make sure we can see that information clearly. We don't want it jumbled up. We don't want it mixed around. We want that information quick because they need to be able to watch the game as well, look down and have this profile sheet in front of them. So as a team profile sheet, make sure it's big enough to where they can see the name, their graduation year, the positions that they're playing, and that's just at a minimum. So you got the player with a picture so they can kind of see who they're looking for out there. Because if they're playing defense, chances are they can't see that number, right? So they need to try to figure out, okay, well, this girl that I'm looking at, she plays short and third, and her number says it's 15. So I'm looking for a girl that has dark hair. She's kind of slim build and she looks tall. So I can try to figure out where she's at. She may not be playing short and third. If I got two blonde-headed girls out there, I know that's not where she's at. So she must be a utility. So I'm scanning around and I'm looking. Okay. But if I just have just a name and a grad year and a picture, it's going to be hard for me to kind of determine, where she's at. So I need to have a number up there as well. And that's just on the team sheet. So that way on the back, they can flip that thing over. And if they see something that they like, they can go, okay, what was that girl's number? Okay, I think it was either 6 or 16. Maybe it was 26. But I can write that down real quick. I like whatever about her. Hey, she made an error, but she didn't hang her head. She slapped 5 with the next girl, patted herself on the chest, and got back into position and made a play later on in the inning. Or, hey, that's the girl that was pitching. she's got a really good movement. She's probably throwing somewhere in the 60s, something like that. So they need to be able to write on your piece of paper. It's cool to have, something real fancy and laminated and stuff like that, but make it easy on that college recruit or college recruiter or scout or whatever, so they can write down real quick. Okay. So you have your team profile sheet, and then you have your individual player profile sheet. And these come into play once they see something out there. It might be in between innings. It could be after a game, and it needs to be easy for them to find. So I have it set up into the same binder that I have hooked onto the fence. So the team sheets are up front. They can walk by and just grab it real quick. But as they're there, they can also see it's tabbed by player number. So if they like number 2, they can grab the number 2 tab, pull it out. There's a sheet in there. Boom, now it's theirs. That's where all the other information for the player is, okay? So we're talking about high school that they go to. We're talking about the town that they live in, the positions, their GPA, their measurables. If they have a pop time, they're home to first. We're talking about clubs that they may be involved in. We're talking about different accolades. If they were named to their high school's all-region team, or if they've won a couple of state championships, that kind of stuff is in there. And then it has their parents' information. If they want to get a hold of their parents, they know their parents' name, they have their email, they have their contact info, they have their high school coach's contact info. It's got you as a coach, your contact information. It's got a lot of stuff on there that they need. And one big thing that I have a lot of questions about from time to time is QR codes. Sometimes it'll pop up and they'll be real popular for a little bit, and then it'll kind of die down. And I'm thinking, oh, thank the Lord, QR codes are gone. So the real question is, should we use QR codes or should we not? Every coach is going to be different on this. The younger generation style coaches, the younger ones, I don't think they mind it as much. The ones that have been around the game a little bit, they really don't want to whip out their phone in that bright sun, try to scan a QR code just to see what year this girl graduates. So if you are going to use QR codes, don't use QR codes to have that quick type information. Like, I don't want to look at my phone while I'm trying to figure out, if she's lefty or righty or what position she plays, that kind of stuff. That information needs to be on a sheet where they can look at it really quick. If you have a link to, say, sports recruits, or if you have a link to, say, NSR or something like that they can get to later on, then yes, awesome, put that on there. So you'll have your QR code on your player profile sheet, and then they can click on it, and then here's all your links that you want them to take a look at. But you don't want them fooling around with their phone at a tournament or at a showcase, okay? So player profile sheets, huge for camps, huge for tournaments, and huge for showcases. These girls need to have them when they go to a camp so that when it's all said and done, or even before they get going, they can email this profile sheet over to the coach so they have a digital copy of it. When you get there as well, you don't know who's going to be there and who's not. So granted, you definitely want the head coach to have one, but if you can turn one in at the table, the registration table, make sure somebody's got it. Anywhere you can promote yourself real quick, that's where you want it. You want to have it in your bag ready to go so you can have an opportunity to give it to somebody. And I know coaches that have got player profile sheets dating back to a few years ago. They never get rid of them. They just have them to keep them filed because at some point they may need to start recruiting 2025 third baseman again, or they may need to start recruiting 2024 pitchers again. So they always want to keep these player profile sheets. And the better yours look, it makes you stand out a little bit more. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about, right? Trying to be seen. And you want to be seen for the right reasons. If you don't have a player profile sheet, or if your coach isn't doing one, or they don't know how to do one, it's easy to look up different examples and talk to coaches and talk to other teams and say, hey, how did you do this? Where does this information come from? Why is it important? And let them give you their answer. Let them give you their opinion. But I'm telling you, this past weekend, we had our player profile sheets like we were supposed to because we were out playing. And we want to make sure that if anybody wanted any more information about a girl that was playing on the field, they were able to do that. And sure enough, one of the colleges liked one of the girls on the field and talked to her, invited her to a camp, and she's going to end up signing there. So it matters, okay? Make sure you're doing them. Make sure you have them. and look at it as this is like your brochure. You're a brand or you're a business, and this is your brochure to give someone a lot of information in a very short amount of time. All right. So that's going to do it for today. Talking about player profile sheets and team profile sheets. They're very important. If you like this type of stuff, and you think maybe someone needs this information, please share it with a friend. And when you do, you tell them you love them.
I take shots to the top, I'll get it. I got one life, I'ma do all to win it. I do what's right, push until I fall. I'm slipping to get back up, always stand tall, I'm grinning. I got cuts real deep, big bruises scarred. I had to learn how to think with my head and my heart. I've been chewed up, spit out, torn apart. But picking up all the pieces is a form of art. I'm never gonna look back.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Are you struggling to lose weight and keep it off? Tired of wasting time and money on starvation diets that lead to more frustration and stress? If there was a weight loss solution that could actually work for you, would you try it? Then head to Golo.com.
I'm Steve. I lost 138 pounds in 9 months on Golo.
I'm Amber. I've lost 128 pounds with Golo Taking Release.
If you're ready to take back control of your life, head to Golo.com now and see how Golo can work for you. That's GOLO.com.
My sleep is way better. My inflammation has gone way down. Golo saved my life. I was way overweight. That's what sent me down the path. I wanted to make sure and live for my kid.
I have literally tried everything. I was on the verge of getting gastric bypass surgery, and I saw the Golo commercial, and it was the last thing I tried because it worked.
Join over 2 million people who have found a better way to lose weight with Golo. Your healthier and happier life begins at Golo.com. That's GOLO.com. Again, GOLO.com.